recording. This is the first of many coaching calls, and I wanted to just say thanks for dialing in. Sorry about the late notice for today's coaching call. George and I are most likely going to schedule the rest of the webinars or coaching calls from 12 to 1 during the lunch hour on every Friday. We will have the weekly webinar scheduled and posted in the Flip That Contract forum by Wednesday every week. But you can tentatively plan for 12 to 1 every Friday, and we'll try not to change that if we can avoid it. But there might be a situation from time to time that makes it where it needs to change. But for you guys, as planning purposes, we'll try to keep them at from 12 to 1 every week. And George, you're on the call. I hear you. I even heard you typing.
Hey, Tim.
Yes, sir.
Tim, I don't know if you mentioned this, but in 6 weeks, and we haven't talked a lot about this, but next summer, if we do this coaching, we're going to have to teach them how to do virtual wholesaling, because 115 heat index, it's tough.
Well, George, I thought our whole thing was that we're not teaching virtual.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, what I'm saying is it's tough going out and looking at houses when it's 115 degrees and the heat is off and you're walking through these REOs and these vacant properties where you look, and believe me, I could use to lose 10 pounds, and I think I have today, because I looked at 6 houses today and none of them had AC.
Well, I don't feel sorry for you. You'll probably buy 1 or 2 of them and make a couple grand. So
that's the plan, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. And all of you on this call that aren't in the rehab business yet, be thankful, because I've spent most of my day today on project sites, meeting contractors and paying them and all those other fun things that complicate your Fridays whenever you're a rehabber. So one day you'll be rehabbers, but right now just laugh silently and be thankful that you are not a rehabber. So, and if you are, then just know that I share your pain. Want to talk about Module 1. This is an informal coaching call. The point of the coaching call is just to let you guys ask some questions, tell us any problems, and get feedback. So there's a couple things that you need to do. There's a easy, George.
I know. I'm moving it closer so you can hear me.
Okay. There's a couple things you guys need to do. Is there's a questions box down at the bottom. If you have any questions as we're going, type your question there. If you want to talk, just hit the raise your hand button. And then you'll be able to raise your hand, and I'll unmute you. But if I'm unmuting you and you raise your hand, try to make sure that you actually have either your mic and speakers on, or that you dialed in via telephone and entered your audio pin, so that when you are talking, we know who it is and we can all hear you. So I hope you guys have enjoyed what we've done of Module 1 up to now. I'm going to tell you guys that Module 1's not complete. We're uploading things every day, and we're working some kinks out. So one of the things that we're going to do, since there were some kinks this week and a little bit of a delay, is we are going to add 1 extra coaching call to the 6-week program. So you'll actually end up getting 7 coaching calls, and the VIPs will end up getting 9 coaching calls. So we're going to add a coaching call onto the end of the program, just because we know there's been some things that haven't been published yet, and a lot of that.
Well, I think half of the people, some of the people couldn't even get in, and there was some confusion on login names from the launch to the actual event. But bottom line is, we don't want to move too fast, but we also, at the end of our program, the goal is for you guys to be fluent at each module, and make sure you have enough time to complete the task and the checklist and the accountability items that we believe that you should have implemented into your business.
Right. So there's a couple things that we didn't publish yet that I just wanted to go ahead and coach up in a live manner. So, and one of them is your social networks, social media, social marketing. And, you know, I always talk, George, a lot about referrals that I get. And it's amazing how I've been able to leverage my social presence into getting referrals for houses, getting referrals for realtor stuff for my wife, just contractor referrals, all types of things. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and so you should all be able to see my screen now. And we're going to go to Facebook. Facebook is really the number one social media outlet that you guys need to get used to. And I'm going to log out of my account here. So if you don't have a Facebook account, when you type in facebook.com, you end up coming to this site. Let's see, Tim at, what is my, oh yeah. And so if you already have an account, you would just type in your password up here. If you don't have an account, it really is, it's this simple. You, what you do is you go here, and this is going to be flip that contract. And this is going to be a profile for Flip That Contract, which you're actually supposed to create a page, but I've already done that, and I just want to walk you guys through this real quick. You enter your information, you pick a password. I got to retype that and make sure I did it right. There's a couple. You select what sex you are. There's no tutorial on how to figure that out. You guys just have to be able to figure that out yourself. I'm going to put my birthday in here, and I'm going to hit sign up. Automated system didn't approve it, so we'll do flip contract. There, the automated system is going to approve this. They didn't like the way I had the that in there. You would just put your actual name in there. You don't enter a business name, and I'll show you why in just a second. You sign up, and it's going to take you to getting started. So there's some neat things you can do right here to go ahead and get things going. So if you use Windows Live, Hotmail, you would enter your email address here, and it's actually going to tie into your account and pull your contacts. If you use Yahoo, you can do that there. If you use AOL, you can do it there. Other email service. So if you have another email service, you can just enter your email address. You can hit Find Friends. It says they can't import contacts because, see, we use a hosted domain. But what you can do is you can actually, if you have Microsoft Outlook, or if you can, whatever email client you use, you can export your contacts as a CSV file, which is in pretty much all of the options. And then you can go into File Importer, and you can actually upload your contact file. And here it gives you some options to for Verizon, SBC Global, Skype. You can import from Skype, and all types of other services. And it's nice to upload your contacts, because then what happens is you actually end up getting some instant friends, so to speak. But we're going to log out of the Flip That Contract and log into my personal account, just so you guys can see. I mean, this is the screen it takes you to. You've got messages, events, friends, Flip That Contract. That's the Facebook group. If you guys haven't joined the group, you need to just go to this top search bar here on Facebook, and you type in Flip, no spaces, that, no spaces, contract, and you note it'll find this group. And when you find the group, I'm already in here because I'm an admin, but if you're not in the group, since it's a closed group, there'll be a button up here that says Ask to Join. And when you do that, George and I will be notified, and we'll make sure that you're added into this group. I noticed one of the guys on this group is David, so I don't think I've added David in here yet, so I can type in David Fair. I can click there, I can add him, and David's now in the group. If you can't find the group, send me an email after. But you have to have a Facebook account and profile, and you have to friend me before you can do that. So let's talk about friending me. Once you create a Facebook account, you go up here to this search bar, and in the search bar, you just type in Tim Harridge, and when you do that, you'll find me. I'm the only Tim Harridge on earth, I think, and you'll click my name. And if we're not already friends, there'll be an Add to Friends button up here. And when you do that, it'll send me a request, and I'll confirm you. And then you're going to want to type in George Roddy, but you'll notice there's a junior and a senior. So you're going to want to click on junior. And George, I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to unfriend you.
Wow.
You've been unfriended.
I knew that day would come. I knew that day was going to come. I just didn't know it was going to be this soon.
So here we're going to go back to the Facebook home, which you do by clicking on Facebook there. And we're going to go to George space Roddy. And I'm going to find George Roddy Jr. And you see there the add friend. I'm going to hit add friend. What I do is I have a couple lists within my Facebook friends. So I'm going to add George to the list, investor. And then I'm going to send him a request to add him as a friend. So it'll send it to him. It tells me how many mutual friends we have, what different organizations that we're all friends of or part of. And then George will end up confirming me as a friend, I hope. And then I'll get a notification. It'll say, hey, Tim, you're a friend. One thing you can do here in this search bar is you can join a bunch of different social communities. So real estate investor, we'll just type that, and we'll search for real estate investor on Facebook. Well, there's a lot of different profiles here. I'm already friends with them. I've done most of this for my personal account. Well, here's a guy. We have 27 mutual friends. He's a real estate investor. Hey, I probably want to be his friend because I like to wholesale houses to real estate investors. So now I send him a friend request. Here's a page that's real estate investor. I'm going to go ahead and like it because I like things that have to do with real estate investing. And then you can come over here to some other posts, and you can just find all types of different networks to join and expand your social reach. The nice thing is when you join groups, you note all these groups that I'm either a member of or I can request to join when I type in real estate investor. I'm not going to really target these 7 member groups, but for me, I definitely want to join. Like this one's 390 members. I'm going to join the group, and just like that, I've joined the group, and then it takes me into.
Hey, can you tell where that group is located? Can you do a little, because this might be in New Jersey.
Yeah, you can go down here into the left-hand side, and you hit See More. They're not really giving you much information about them, so you click here on this Info tab. And
would you suggest that they do that?
Not with
before?
everyone. Not with. You may do Dallas real estate. So if you're in Dallas or if you're in New Jersey, wherever you are, I search by Dallas real estate, and I get a bunch of people I'm already friends with, some sites. You just want to look for places that you're going to have things in common with. And then here's Dallas Real Estate. 1 member. Probably don't need to try to join that group. Not a whole lot of networking going on, but we'll go back to my Facebook main page. One active group that a lot of people post properties to is this Dallas-Fort Worth Real Estate Investors Hubs. And you see here people are posting some properties. Contractors are posting their information. I posted last night's event here. all types of things like that. So, it's just about expanding your social reach. You go over here into account, and you need to make sure you do this, or you click on profile actually first, and it brings up my profile. And when it takes me to my profile, I can go to edit profile, and this is what you guys want to do. You want to pick the current city you live in, your hometown where you're from. It will help people that you've known in your past find you, which again the goal is to build networks based on and expand your referral ability. You can pick different options. Profile picture, that's a picture of my son. They say you shouldn't use a logo as your profile picture. You should use pictures. People bond with pictures. They don't bond with logos. You can set people as your family, education, and work. You can just see all these different things that I've done. And you put it in there because then if you've shared a network with someone in the past, they can end up hooking up with you. And especially those of you that are on this call that are from corporate America, what will happen is when you meet people from your old corporate jobs via Facebook, they'll end up contacting you when they start seeing you make some post about real estate investing or a house you're selling, and they'll say, gosh, Tim, that's something I've always wanted to do. Can you help me get into it? And you say, oh, yeah, I can help you get into it, and as a matter of fact, I can help you find houses, which is a great way to build a network. I have met plenty of old friends and other colleagues that see what I do via Facebook, and then they contact me and they want to tell me about a house they found, ask about how to become an investor, and then what we're going to teach you in Module 5 is how to convert those leads into actual clients. Activities and interest, you want to type in activities. One of my activities, I haven't updated this, is real estate. What interests me? Real estate investing interests me. So there you go. That interests me. Real estate investment. You save your changes, and then you're gonna find out more information about things that interest you, and people will be able to find you via Facebook. Contact information. You want to put any email addresses you have in there, your phone, contact information. But then underneath the account setting, you can go to privacy settings, where only your friends can see your information. You can set up so you don't have to worry. I mean, you can lock your account down to where if someone's not your friend, they can't see any information about you. I always just use the Facebook recommended settings. It makes it where most people can't see what you're doing, but they can get a bit of a teaser about your life. And then another thing that we want to talk about is here on the Facebook main page. Down here there's a button that says Pages. Well, when you go into My Pages, you note that I'm an admin for Flip That Contract. I'm an admin for my wife's realtor page. I'm an admin for Heritage Homes, which is my DBA I operate under. I'm an admin for the Real Estate Investor Expo. This is a Facebook place that I manage, and then my DFWinvestors.com page that I just recently created. So to create a page, it's real simple. You just go over here to Pages, create a page, and then you get to pick what type of page you're going to create. So to start this out, I want you all to go in here and create a company or organization. And then you're going to choose a category. I want you to come down here, and the category needs to be...
Tim, please don't say nonprofit.
No, George. I volunteer for nonprofits but do not work for nonprofits.
Okay.
They are a large waste of my time. Consulting, business services, company, organization. We're going to call you a company, and your company name is going to be. This will be Flip to Success. Okay, and this is actually not going to be a company. We're going to call this Education. I agree.
2 S's.
Yes, 2 S's. I agree to the Facebook terms. I get started. So immediately it takes me in here to this Flip to Success. Now here it's okay to put a logo for your Facebook page, but you want to change it a little bit. So I'm going to upload the logo. Actually, I'm not going to do an actual logo. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a picture of George Roddy Jr. and Tim Herridge, because George and I have this LLC called Flip to Success. This is the parent company for Flip That Contract, which you've all heard of. So we've got a little image. Now, if I've got Facebook friends, I can click Invite Friends, and I can invite them to join my group. Now, see here it says Recent Interactions. I can go with all friends, just friends from Dallas. I can go with friends from a certain list that I've created. So say that what I want to do is I want to invite everyone that's part of Flip That Contract to join to like this page. So I go in, I'm going to invite all you guys to like this page. I hit submit. There you go. You guys all just got an invitation to like this page. Now I can import contacts. This is the same thing of if you use like Yahoo, Hotmail, Verizon, etc., it will automatically import it. If you use Gmail, it will. So we'll use timherridge@gmail.com, which is just an email address I have. It says they can't import from Gmail yet, but I can export to a CSV from Outlook or any other program that I may use to manage contacts, and I can get the information that way. So, I mean, what you'll see, what I'm doing right here is I'm opening up Microsoft Outlook. This shouldn't take that long. Let's see. Let's see. It's running slow. It's like, So, File, you can go to Import Export. You would go up here to Export to a File. Next. Remember CSV, it stands for comma separated values. Next. And then you pick the folder in your email client that you want to export. Well, we're exporting contacts. So I'm going to go up here to Contacts. I'm going to hit Next, Next, Finish. And what it does is it exports all of those contacts that I have in Microsoft Outlook, which is, I don't even know how many. It says 444, but that's not right. I think it's still trying to figure out how many I have. But the point is, that's how you export from Outlook. It's fairly simple. And then you just take that CSV file that you just exported, and you notice it's still trying to export. It's running really behind. Okay. And you can just choose the file here. We'll go into another CSV I have. We'll just say the users file. Oh, it can't. Okay, I didn't look at it. I did that wrong. That was actually what I just tried to import was an Excel file, not a CSV file. So you want to make sure that you actually select the right file when you're trying to do the demo. So then you would upload it, you'd import it, and it says, hey, invite these people to join your page. You can go up here to this. You see this little red number 1. That means I just got a notification, and it tells me that George did indeed accept my friend request. I can get down off the ledge now because George is my friend again.
You're welcome.
You know. So then, now, but you see I just left that page. So, oh no, you haven't lost it. What you do is you go back up here, and that was called Flip to Success. There it is. I click on it. It takes me right back to the page. I'm an admin, so I don't have to worry about trying to log in again. And I'm going to post an update, and we'll call this update Real Estate Training at its finest, because that's what we are. And then up here you see the admins. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hit See All, and I'm going to add another admin. So we're going to add George Roddy Jr. as an admin, and we're going to save the changes. It asked me for my password because that's kind of a permission-based type thing, so it just wants to make sure that someone else hadn't snuck onto my account. And then David Fair, who is on the call, has already went into the Flip That Contract group and liked the status that I had added him to as a friend. That's very good demo there, David. So that's how you set up a Facebook account. I highly recommend, if you don't have one, you need to have one. This is what the Flip That Contract Facebook page looks like to me when I log in. And it tells me, 59 of my friends like it. We've got 249 people that like the page. And then it kind of, Valerie Sorensen, who was at the meeting last night, asked a question there. And we'll talk about this in a minute, but you can set different Twitter and different email things to automatically post your emails to your Facebook page. So yesterday I sent out this email tonight only, and AWeber, the email marketing company that I use because I have a large list, automatically post it to the page for us. So that it's nice and convenient. It's all integration, and you just got to get in and play with it. You can put links to your Facebook page tab. So here on the Facebook page, you see the YouTube over here. Well, when someone clicks on that, it takes them to the YouTube channel for Flip That Contract. And so what they do is they can actually see all the videos that George and I have uploaded into the YouTube portal for Flip That Contract. So it's kind of neat, and you guys notice that it doesn't show even though you guys are watching the videos on our channel, it doesn't show them because we have them unlisted, and only students can see those. So you can click on Info. You can go in and edit this, the description, the address, the website, and you really got to think about which website you list here, because you guys are going to set up. Oh, look at Joe. Joe checked in at Flip That Contract yesterday. Someone asked, what's that? We'll tell them. The best real estate program ever. Not to brag, right? So it's just something you need. If you notice, we'll go over to my Heritage Homes page, and I do a little bit less on this page. This page in the past has only been about me marketing my wholesale deals and any other special events I'm involved in. So they can go in here and they can see some of my wholesale deals. Just highly recommend you set this up, play with it, get it integrated, friend people. When you meet people at events, this is now a verb. There's a verb that says, hey, you can Facebook me. Now, if you just said that to someone 5 years ago, they might have slapped you. But now it's an acceptable verb to say, hey, you should Facebook me. So then there's Twitter. You need to get a Twitter account. There's a lot of, I've met a lot of investors via Twitter. And this is another verb you would have never heard of 10 years ago. Yeah, I tweet different things throughout the day. And if you have a smartphone, if you have a smartphone, you can actually, download an app, and it's kind of fun. I mean, you can tweet little things. When you look at a crazy house, you can tweet, oh man, you guys wouldn't believe this house, and you can send a picture of it, and it gets a bit of a social interaction. So when you look at my tweets for my DFW Investors accounts, I've got 1,000 followers. I'm following 1,900 people. It's real easy to pick people to follow, and I don't have a whole. I don't. Wow. I don't treat a whole lot, but like here's a tweet that I did from my DFW Investors account this morning. Tom Henderson put out a red alert about seller financing. So I tweet that. People can click on it, and they can go in and read the post that Tom did this morning. I haven't actually read it. So then once you establish that Twitter account, what you can do is you can go back into Facebook, and I know this seems very complicated, but it really isn't once you, oh, Jana House, time for a pedicure. Well, I don't think she works anymore after she took our class, George.
Yeah.
She's always in Bailey's or getting pedicures. You can go in here, and what you do is you go into Edit Page, and you come down here into Resources. And what you can do in Resources is you can link your page to Twitter. So you see my DFW Investors page is linked to Twitter, and I can edit the settings. So when I make a status update on that DFW Investors page, it will automatically post it to Twitter. And the same thing with Flip That Contract. See, I've linked I hit the wrong button, sorry folks. I got to go back into that. Edit, Resources, Twitter. I've linked Flip That Contract to the Flip That K Twitter account. Edit settings. So see, we'll go into Twitter again. And I'm going to log out of the DFW Investors Twitter account. And I'm going to sign in to the Flip That Contract Twitter account. And this time I'm going to sign into the Flip That Contract account and use the right password. So I sign into the Flip That Contract Twitter account, and we've had this for a couple weeks now. We've got 132 tweets. If you look here, first coaching call in 30 minutes. See, I didn't post that. Facebook posted it for me. This Module 1 coaching call, that should not have been posted. We'll delete that. Are you coming tonight? You notice every time I've updated the Facebook wall, it posts to Twitter. So we don't have that many followers yet. We only have 50 followers. So what I want you guys to do, your homework on social media, is you need to establish a Facebook account. And once you've established a Facebook account, you need to go into the search bar, and you need to friend both George and myself. Okay? And you do that like we demonstrated earlier. And then you need to go into Twitter, and when you log onto Twitter, you type a name of someone that you want to focus or you want to follow. So say we go up here and we're looking for Tim Harridge. I want you guys to follow me, and you've got a couple places you need to follow me at. There are no top tweets for Tim Harridge. Oh, okay. You got to click on who to follow over here. And then when you click on who to follow, they've changed Twitter. I apologize. I'm not in charge of Twitter. You can type in Tim Harridge here, and you get Flip That Contract. So you would want to click there and follow me. You can type Harridge, and I have what you should find here is there's my dad, my stepmom, T. Harridge, Tyler Harridge. I don't know who he is. There's Flip That Contract again. There's my wife, Jennifer. and you can find George, but you guys need to find me. It's just I want you to friend me at DFW Investors. I want you to see here, you bring it up and you hit follow, and now you're following them. And then I want you guys to search for Roddy. I think, George, your Roddy is Roddy.com, right? There you go, Roddy.com, you see. And I want you to follow that. And we're going to follow this one, although it looks like it might have been a mistake that George did. But go ahead and follow them both. It doesn't hurt. It's not like you're limited on the follows. So you want to do that, and when you follow people, what happens is they'll follow you back. You can browse interest. Let's type in real estate. And you can find some people to follow there too. Again, expand your social reach so that you can get passive referrals. You know, one guy in here, that's the wrong guy. Who am I looking for? Oh, Matt Woloff, good friend of mine. I sell him houses from time to time. He's a corporate executive. So, you know, try not to friend people that you don't know, but if you have a common interest or you're in a common group, well, here, DFW Real Estate Investors. This is a closed group. There are 249 members. Richard Woodard, resellers, he can help you. I don't know. Keenan Jones, he's a wholesaler. He runs the group, and he works at New Western. He and I are already friends. But if he and I weren't friends, he's the type of person that I would friend. Let's try to find someone in here I'm not friends with yet. I don't know who Eli Krywicki is. Okay, he and I are not friends yet. So I'm going to go ahead and hit on Add Friend, Add to List Investor, and then Send Request. So now I've sent him a friend request, trying to become his friend. So, I mean, that's really social media in a nutshell to get you started. Again, your accountability points on this is you need to establish a Facebook account, and then you need to establish a Facebook page that is in line with your DBA, your company name, what it is you're looking to do. And you need to try to link these accounts. That's another thing I'll show you real quick. If we log into YouTube, I'm going to log out of the Flip That Contract YouTube channel. By the way, most of you haven't watched the video on YouTube yet because only about half of you have actually subscribed to my YouTube channel. So we're going to know if you're not watching these videos, people. You need to try to watch these videos. So I'm going to log into my DFW Investors YouTube channel. And I'll show you here in the My Account section. Activity sharing. This is where you link your Facebook profile, your Twitter account, if you have a Google Buzz account, a MySpace account, any of that, you link those. So what happens is I'm logged into my my YouTube channel, and let's go to, I'm going to look up Flip That Contract. So there's George and Tim. We'll click there. We'll go to the Flip That Contract YouTube channel, and let's look at their subscribers. So Jason Ronnie, Fortitude, Baltimore Wholesaler. Who is this? We Buy Houses, Dallas, Texas. That's not who we're looking for. I'm trying to find one of the students that just recently followed. See all. Okay, Randy King, King RM Homes. So now I just click on that, and now I'm following any uploads that Randy does. So when Randy has a wholesale house that he posts, I get notified, and I can look at it, and it might be something I'm interested in, or it may be something that I know someone interested in. So again, this is not about information overload, but it's about being connected. So You guys need to make sure you set up a Facebook account. Make sure you set up a Facebook page, just like I did for my Heritage Homes DBA. Again, this is a good example. This Heritage Homes is not a corporation or LLC. It's not complicated. It's just something that I used to kind of brand myself, and I put on top of all my advertising. So it's real simple. And then I wanted to talk about bank accounts. I told you guys we were going to have some information about bank accounts, and I really kicked that around, and I thought, and what I've decided is to start out, unless you have already formed an entity, a legal entity, not an identity, unless you've already formed an entity, you do not need to establish a bank account anywhere special. What you should do is figure out wherever you bank now, Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citibank, Texans Credit Union, wherever it is you bank, you just need to take your, you just need to go ahead and take your DBA down to the bank and say, hey, I'm an account holder. I want to set up a new bank account for my business. And with that DBA, you'll be able to just set up a bank account. I always prefer somewhere with online access, and I also always prefer a place that you can download your transactions, because what you can do is you can actually download your transactions into Microsoft Excel. So if you don't have Quicken or QuickBooks, or if you're not, or Microsoft Money, if you have those programs, the banks, the bigger banks, automatically will download into those programs. But if you don't have those programs, you can download as Excel, and then you've got the transactions, and you're not double keying in the information. But regardless, just in the next week, go set up a bank account. Again, don't order the big business checks. Don't pay. Just take the free checks they give you. If you don't know how to use a checkbook register, I'm sure you can find a class for that online.
Hey, Tim, I'm back.
Yeah, I saw you left. It's okay. Brian asked a question. He's thinking that he wants to establish a relationship with the bank if you plan on using them long term. The thing is you don't really need to worry about that, Brian, because what will happen is you may if you put a bunch of energy and time into setting up a relationship with the bank right now, let's be honest, by the time you're ready to actually start asking that bank for loans or lines of credit, they could be out of business. You just want a business banking account where you can keep things separate, and then when you start getting ready to ask for property loans or something of that nature, George, you're going to have to mute. If you start getting ready to ask for business loans or things of that nature, what banks that I go talk to, what they end up doing is even if I've got a relationship with them, they ask for me to open another deposit account. So it really doesn't matter where you bank. Once you get a banker that's interested in you and what you're doing, that banker would will basically say, hey, I need you to put 25 grand at my bank, or I need you to put $1,000, whatever it is. And then Rustin asked, what should he start purchasing through his business bank account to benefit the tax perspective? Until you're really making money in the account, you don't need to look for write-offs. I would say if you're out looking at houses on a tank of gas, well, right now, let me say this. You need to start a mileage log for your vehicle, and you need to log every mile that you use that vehicle for this business. If you're driving to the Roddy Roundup, that is a business deduction. If you are driving to a neighborhood to scout the neighborhood to find your target area, that is a business deduction. You need to have a log. I recommend just a little pocket book that you can put in the put in the glove box, and when you fill up, you write the mileage and what you're doing with it. If you go to, like tonight, Yeah, if you buy an iPhone app or some kind of app for your phone that is for real estate investing, definitely log that through the bank account. If you buy an app that could be associated with real estate investing, I would log that through that bank account. If you have good credit, it's not a bad idea to set up a credit card. And even if it's in your personal name for now, you can, hold on, Betty, you can take and just make sure if that credit card comes to you with a zero balance, you can use that credit card for this DBA purpose, and then everything on it should be a business expense. So tonight, there's a happy hour in Irving that Lifestyles Unlimited and Longhorn Investments are putting on, and I'm going to it. And that is a networking event. So I'm going to buy food and things like that, and that is a business expense for me because I am out networking, building my buyers list. You guys should all come. It's at the Cellar in Las Colinas from 5 until whenever. You can look up the Cellar on it's the Cellar, THECELLAR 220.com. It's in Irving on Las Colinas. Yeah, Rustin. Be careful about the dinners with the wife type thing. Jennifer and I, for instance, she's in real estate, I'm in real estate, we're partners on everything. We don't really write off the lunches that we have together or the dinners we have together unless, we do from time to time, but so for instance, if Jennifer and I meet in Richardson while she's out putting out signs and I'm out looking at houses and she and I are really just meeting while we're out doing business, we will write off that lunch. But if she and I go to dinner, if she has a glass of wine or something, that's just not a write-off. We're not gonna try to do that. Anything you write off, make sure you keep the receipt. There's all kinds of cool little apps now for phones that you can track your receipts with and take pictures of them, and it'll keep a digital record. Those of you that establish Google accounts, there's a integrated Google program called Expensify that is a Google app that's what I use, and it is just really cool. But you can find all that stuff out there. Betty, for an EIN, if you're at the point where you're ready to form an entity and you've already been educated on that, then yes, you have to get an EIN. If you're operating, like we talked about last night, a lot of you guys in this program are here to fill your bank account and not empty your bank account. So my recommendation is to operate under a DBA for now and don't worry about an EIN and wait until you got some checks coming in and then, go get the EIN and form the entity and things of that nature. But for those of you that may have some assets that you're concerned about protecting or just really weirded out by the liability or like Joe Snow, he already has a Series LLC, and he was talking the other day about just creating a new LLC for this entity, and I thought that was a great idea. It's actually something I hadn't even thought about, and I'm going to look into it. But I would say that you don't need to worry about an EIN or anything until you're making money. I say for now, unless you really just are worried, for now operate as a sole proprietorship under your DBA until you start making money. Then you need to sit down with the attorney and the CPA, determine the best entity for you. Since it's you and Nancy, you guys, are going to form some sort of partnership, so it'll be a dual member LLC or all types of different, that conversation can go on and on and on and on. But you don't need an EIN until you form a separate legal entity. And then Brian asked what apps I mentioned the other day. Expensify is one, and that's a Google app. George, what was that app that you said you use for all of your expenses?
Let's see. iExpense. It's IXPENSELT. No, iExpense it. Yeah, so IXPENSE and then IT. So iExpense it. And it's a $2 app. I'm opening it up now, and anyway, it lets me take pictures, and I just plug in which entity is it. Is it my buying entity? Is it my wholesale entity? Is it my training entity? And I do. You were saying that you know what you write off. I mean, as far as dinners and expenses and stuff like that. I mean, I think you'll get into it because pretty much every dinner I have, I'm talking real estate with somebody, so I get pretty aggressive when it comes to write-offs.
Exactly. Randy, you asked if you should create an operating budget, basically. That's a very good question. We're actually going to cover that next week in lead generation because we're going to start talking about your advertising budgets and how to put everything together. For right now, you don't need to budget for MLS access. When we get to Module 4, which is contracting, and then, actually, I'm sorry, when we get to Module 3, lead conversion, I'm getting you guys a couple weeks free access to the Property Analyzer Pro. Now, the Investway deal, yeah, I mean, it's about $100 a month. You can get the Property Analyzer Pro for $50 a month. And we're also going to show you guys some other solutions that are out there, like a lot of the hard money lenders use. They buy affiliate accounts with the Board of Realtors, and that's $570-something a year. Now, the only thing about that is you don't get actives or pendings. All you get is the solds and the leased. So we're going to talk about all that in Module 3. But yeah, I mean, if you're budgeting out your annual budget, regardless, I think you should budget a minimum of $50 a month for MLS access, because even realtors pay over $120 a quarter. George, what are your MLS dues?
Yeah, I think like $160 a quarter.
Yeah, so I mean, that's still over $50 a month. So $50 a month, whether you're a realtor or not, will get you the data you need. The Investway stuff, they put a couple pretty bells and whistles on it, and then they charge twice as much as George's dad does for it. And we've got a whole tutorial on how to use George's program, and we've got a tutorial on Investway that we're going to do, and I've got a tutorial on the affiliate account. Again, that all comes in Module 3, and then you guys can just make the decision. But yes, for budgeting purposes, about $50 a month will cover it. Actually, not about $50 a month will cover it, unless you decide to spend more. And then, guys, I got a email from Brian Dunklin today. Unfortunately, he has been wrapped up in the planning committee for the state bar, and he's just running behind. So what I'm going to do is I've got his slides. I don't have his recording yet. I am going to use his slides and record it over the weekend to the best of my knowledge, and then he promises me that we'll have his full recording by July 28th. No, 8th. He gets back on the 24th. He says he'll have it to me by the 28th. So I've got the slides. I'm going to record my take on all the information he provides, and then we'll get you his recorded version by the 28th. And I'll just tell you that with that, it's again, like we said, you don't need to rush to create an entity unless you really just want to create an entity right now. My advice is save that money to get some marketing going. So that's that. So let's do Q&A, and then let's all go to the happy hour in Irving. George, you coming?
That's a negative.
All right, Q&A. Anybody? Okay, we got a question from Rustin. Estimate the total monthly expenses that you'll encounter ahead. 50 for MLS, 20 for the website, 15 for domains. Now that 15 for domains should be for the year, not for the month. The mailing, George and I are going to recommend that you guys start out with a budget around $200 a month, not $500. The total monthly recommended budget is less than $500 a month. The minimum that we recommend is about, I was adding it up the other day, about $370. The maximum that we recommend would be $500 to start out. If you go over $500, George and I, to start, George and I feel like you're making a mistake. You don't need to go over $500. And if you hear a background noise, my 2-year-old just walked into the room, so just ignore him. Bill, I unmuted you.
Hey Tim, how you doing?
Good, Bill. How are you?
Good. Listen, I saw the hold on a second. That program, Real Prospect, Tim.
Yeah.
Do we really need to get that program? I mean, it looks like a really good
No.
program, but I'm like computer illiterate.
No. Real Prospect is one of those things that you will need after about 6 months of doing this. I would recommend, not need, that it would be beneficial after about 6 months of doing this.
Okay.
But for now, we recommend that you operate off of Microsoft Excel and your email database, MailChimp, and we recommend that you just keep it simple.
Okay, let me ask you another question. MailChimp, is that an email? That's an email program?
Yeah, if you look at the tutorial that was uploaded this week, there's a MailChimp email program that George did, and MailChimp is free up to 2,000 contacts.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, here's the thing. You have like a really great program with Facebook and stuff, Tim. So I'm hiring this girl on Tuesday because I'm just with a computer. I'm like the worst person on earth, so I don't want to fall behind. But this girl's like an expert with websites and stuff. So that $27. What's that?
Who is it?
Some girl who lives down in Delaware, up where I live in Jersey.
Okay.
Now for $27 a month, we get access to 10 of those websites, correct?
No. Oh yes. No wait.
For the real.
Adam, on the real websites, for $27 a month, you get 4 websites, right? Or you get 10. You get 10 templates and 4 websites.
Oh, you get 10 templates.
Yeah, you get 10 templates and 4 websites. And through the cheap REI websites, you get, it's pretty much 1 template, but it's 2 websites.
Right.
Okay.
All you really need is a We Buy Houses website, right? Or basically a page, We Buy Houses. You need to get the message out. You need to create an online identity on who you are and what you do, and that is I don't know if you can pull up. Is Justin on the call?
Yeah, he looked. He said it.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, basically, you could. I don't know what Justin's website is, but it's like We Buy Houses DFW. But all it is it's just a simple page. It's and that's what you need. First, you need your identity, where on your marketing pieces, everything is saying, "Hey, go to, njhomebuyer.com," or whatever your domain name is.
Right.
And then you need to have another site which says we have a wholesale deal to sell. So you've got a seller site,
if you look
and then you've got the buyer site.
If you look on the screen, this is the Cheap REI Deals website that they sell. This is the investor email capture page.
Okay.
I've got a secret confession, da-da-da-da-da. That's their template, and you can change some of the colors and the text, which definitely fits the need to start out, guys. And then this is their motivated seller website. Sell your property, and you can change the text, and you can add a couple little tabs, but you got all the contact information, and that's all you need.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't try to recreate the wheel. Why don't you, my suggestion is go to Real Investor website or Cheap REI, pick one of those, and then have your gals customize it with the colors that you like and the font type. And, in either one of these, then you could add a video later, so that they can see who you are if you want to do that. But, some folks, they don't want their mug on there. That's fine. So it really, you just need you need to be able to push people that you've got a wholesale deal. And in that Cheap REI and also Real Investor website, I think you have a database that you can keep people and leads in there as well. So Both of them are pretty good.
So to answer your question, starting out, no, you do not need real websites or real prospect. The only reason I use real websites is because I have multiple websites that I run, and it was a pretty good deal for me.
Right.
Starting out, you guys, the students, I say go with cheap REI websites. It's $9 a month. Make sure you go get your domains. Go through ftcdomains.com. And I mean, that's just it's our link to GoDaddy, and just set up your website, your 2 web pages, and once you build and you're ready for maybe another web page or more, then you can go to real investor webs or real websites. And then the thing is with Real Prospect, I use Real Prospects because I mail 3,000 or 4,000 postcards a month. You guys starting out are going to mail probably 400 to 900 postcards a month. So, you're not going to need the robust capabilities that Real Prospect provides. Now, once you start driving for dollars and things like that, Real Prospect can help you out. Betty, I know you said that you already got Real Prospect. If you're still having a problem setting it up, just let me know and I can help you through that. We were working on that again today, and I can also send you the templates. Real Prospect is not a need. It's just one of those things that it can help, but it's definitely not a need. And I'd say right now, if you're on this call and you're in a position where it's like, hey, the money thing could be complicated, definitely don't even look at Real Prospect.
Okay.
Does that make sense, Bill?
Yeah. And Tim, one last question.
Hey, and Bill, also just be careful about hiring someone to set up a Facebook page or a Facebook account or even a Twitter account. Just because I'm telling you, even that cheap REI websites, they've got a 15-minute tutorial where the guy goes through and does it in front of you. And
right.
I mean, Facebook profile, if you get it set up and you need help doing a couple little things, dude, you can just, change your password or something you don't mind telling me, and I can go in there in 5 minutes and help you out with it.
Well, you know what the thing is, Tim? I'm in like a technology gridlock for like the last 4 months. So this girl, she set up this guy Bob's website. He's another investor. She's did a really good job doing this stuff for him. So I'm just going to let her do it because it's going to save me so much time.
Okay.
I really appreciate your help, though.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you have another question?
When do you need the second half of the payment?
The terms and conditions are just 21 days. So
Okay.
you guys that are on payment plans, the second payment of the full access is 21 days from the first date. And if you're on the exclusive access and you sign up for the 3 payments, they're in 21-day intervals.
Okay, great. Great.
You guys don't read the rest. Don't read what you sign up for, do you?
No, not all of it.
Well, it was nice to talk to you, Bill. Okay, well, it's Friday at 4 o'clock. Any more questions before we end this? Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.
I'm putting together the checklist, kind of like, and I'm going to post that on the FTC site just so you guys have all the different components on what we need, what you're going to eventually, if you haven't done it yet, what you need to aspire to have in your business, from the business name to the bank account and have these listed out there just with our recommendations, kind of like, the domain name. What is that, ftcdomains.com?
Yes, sir.
And then the websites. Here's two websites, the comparable sales databases, the Box.net account, the motivated seller lead sources, which we haven't even got to. We're going to get to, Monday, and the tracking expense software and all these things. We'll just have like a one-pager. So it's a cheat sheet for you guys to go back to.
All right, guys.
And that's it.
Well, y'all have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. We'll be on the portal on and off this week, so post your comments and questions.
All right. Thanks, guys.